Hello, Jeremy Fensky here with another painting process video, this time castle sketching. I recorded this during a live stream, and if you're interested in watching live streams, go to twitch.tv/JeremyFenskyArt. So the first thing I did is I gathered a bunch of different references of castles in different settings and situations. This first one I just wanted to loosen up and just try something really simple. Just getting in there and just putting shapes down and just trying to figure out what I want to do. These videos are sped up. I don't normally work that fast. Normally how I work is painting in a solid silhouette and then locking that silhouette layer down, and then with that locked I can start to paint in some of the other values and start indicating some detail and even some lighting information. So after I knocked out that first one, just again keeping it really simple, I started on my next castle. So for the second one, I just wanted to block out each silhouette, the castle and the mountain, as well as the ocean and the mountains in the background. Each layer is separate and locked. And with that locked layer, I can then start to describe some of the shadows and some of the forms of the castle. So at this point, I'm figuring out the lighting situation and trying to keep it really loose. I don't want to detail too soon. I don't want to add too much information. I just want to put down the basic information. Here I'm starting to add some little highlights and little lights to kind of really pop out the focal point of the castle right on the third, right where I want my audience to focus on the image, and everything around the edge can just fall to the background, can just be very loose. So a slightly different method with this one, since it's a snow scene and a majority of the image is going to be white, with the castle basically a vignette in the middle of the image. With this method, I'm not separating foreground, middle ground, background. I'm just painting one black layer for all of the dark shapes in the scene. I'm thinking a lot about edges as well as basic shapes and basic forms, and there's a lot of edges that I kind of let go and let fall into the background. It's nice to have different edge variation in your paintings, just makes them feel more dynamic. For this one, I was just simply thinking about vignetted form and surrounding it all in white. For me, a lot of times, environment painting like this is first and foremost a graphic design challenge. And then I'm creating a layer behind for the background mountains and sky. I want this scene to be foggy. I don't want anything to pop out too strong. I was trying something out in the foreground, but it was distracting. I really want it to be simple and to the point. I don't spend a ton of time on these. I spent probably 20 to 30 minutes, or maybe a little more, because I was streaming, and when I live stream I paint a little slower, answering questions in the chat and talking to people. It takes a little extra time to get through these. The last painting, I really wanted to try something different, something a little bit more imaginary. So I was playing around a lot with this idea of having the castle be very large and break the bounds of the image. And I have another castle in the background that's a very similar shape, showing what this foreground castle looks like in its entirety, with some broken bridges. So a little bit more fantastical, playing a little bit more with scale, a little bit more with perspective. So usually when I get to this point, I've tried the obvious ideas, and I start experimenting with pushing things a little bit farther. I'm pretty satisfied with one of the earlier thumbnails, so watch the next part where I take one of these thumbnails to full color completion. If you guys want to watch live stream, please go to twitch.tv/JeremyFenskeArt. I stream every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Pacific.